In this session we're busy with our ledger batch journals option. Batch journals will allow you to work in 12 different batches at any given time. So if you're busy with a batch and you process the batch, that batch will then be available to you again. Once you've processed a batch, this information will be sent to the correct ledger account. While the information is standing in front of you, they will have no influence on the ledger. I'm just going to talk to you about the two extra options that IQ Enterprise have got that you don't have in IQ Business and you don't have in IQ Pass, because IQ Pass won't have this facility, and the same with IQ Free Pass. So the difference between IQ Business and IQ Enterprise when we look at ledger batch journals is the fact that you have your branch field here, and if you want to and you switch on dynamic ledger departments, you will also be able to look at and use your ledger departments. I, for instance, have a transaction or transactions here where I take 5,000 Rand out of my cash on hand account, and 4,500 Rand goes to wages and 500 Rand goes to SPCA, where it's all for the one branch, but I've selected different departments. If we look at our next batch, here I haven't selected the branches yet and I haven't selected the departments, but this is an example of what you would do with your VAT. You would basically take your VAT amount for the 2 months out of VAT input and put it into VAT control, and the same with output VAT. You'll debit output VAT, credit VAT control, and then when you go and look at your VAT control, you'll see output minus input. Remember, if you're working with ledger batches, you must make sure that the debits and credits are equal. In other words, there's no difference before you can process this. Just 3 other accounts that you will not be able to use here. Your bank account will not be or cannot be selected here. Will give you a warning saying this is not something you can use. Remember, in computerized bookkeeping in South Africa, we split the ledger. All your bank transactions you do under cash book postings. All the other transactions you'll do under ledger batch journals, which means I'm moving money from one account to another, but not in the bank account. 2 other accounts here will be debtors control and creditors control. You will need to use the clearing accounts here and then create individual opening balances under debtors and creditors. For instance, you'll use a JD transaction that will then take it out of debtors clearing and into debtors control. I have explained all the other options in various other sessions. And that concludes looking at how to use your batch journals while working in IQ Enterprise.